All right, good to see everybody. Obviously, a huge week for us. The ASU game is such a special rivalry in college football, and it means so much to everybody here, everybody at this university, everybody in Tucson, and thousands in the state of Arizona. So it's such an exciting game, so much energy and enthusiasm and excitement about it. It's senior day for us, which there's a lot of awesome young men who have played a lot of really good football here and invested a lot of time and energy in this program. And so it's going to be great to honor them the right way. I'm looking forward to that. And then obviously it's Thanksgiving. And I think as challenging as this year has been, I think we all have a lot to be thankful for. And so I love this football team. I'm appreciative of all the coaches and the staff and everybody that's involved in us working to build a program here at the U of A, a program that we can all be proud of. And I'm looking forward to the week. So what do y'all got?
Start with Justin. So after you guys are now not in a bowl game, just how do you approach this week? What's the mindset?
Well, the mindset is this is the biggest game of the year, every year, and that doesn't change. And so, for us, whether we're bowl eligible or not, all that matters is that we're playing the team from up north. And that's something that is so important to everybody here, so important to our coaches and our players. And so we're all in on right now and this week and what we need to get done to play good football on Saturday afternoon.
Jenna in the back.
What does the Territorial Cup rivalry mean to you personally? Do you have any favorite moments from it?
Well, that's a good question. I think my favorite memories involved when my brother was playing here. Some of those, there was a crazy play at ASU. I want to say it was 97, and it was they were kind of in the high red zone, maybe a little bit further out, and ASU ran a blitz, and the linebacker ran past in the A gap on the right side of the formation, and then ran around the quarterback and exited the A gap on the other side of the formation, and they snapped the ball. They didn't call it dead, and OJ threw a post to my brother for a touchdown on like a false start or on an encroachment penalty. It was just like a crazy play and a super cool moment. So that's a good memory for me.
Brian? You would use the term feel sorry for yourself or us collectively after the TCU game. How have you addressed that with the players as far as, can't be feeling down on yourself because there's still something to play for? Yeah,
I think that's something, I think in general, people have challenges that way. When things don't go their way, everybody has to make a choice. You have to make a choice to face the adversity head on, right? Or not. And I think, us as coaches, as leaders and mentors of young men, one of our number one priorities is to help them learn how to handle adversity and learn how to get up when you get knocked down. And so I think that part of it is, we're not where we want to be right now, but we have an opportunity in front of us that is incredible and special in every way. So what are you going to do when you have that opportunity in front of you? How are you going to attack the work that's required to play good football on Saturday?
And has anyone expressed that they don't want to play in this game, that they want
No.
it to be done?
No.
Michael?
You're probably not privy to much of this, which is good for you. But the announcers are often speculating about T-Mac's body language and his health during games. I get a lot of feedback on social media, people asking, is T-Mac going to sit out this game? Is he going to opt out for the last 3 games of the season? Whatever. Why do you think that? Is that just because he's a superstar and they just get more attention than
maybe.
the average player?
All I know is that when that ball snapped, that kid is a warrior. Watch how hard he plays, watch him block. The way that young man practices, everything he's given to this football program, every step of the way. He's awesome. The way he carries himself in the community, how generous he is with his time, how he interacts with fans. He's really special. He's really special. And, when we miss him on a throw, I understand him being frustrated. He's competitive. It's one of my favorite things about him is how competitive he is. So I think when you are a player of that magnitude, people are always going to have opinions, and that's just part of living in the spotlight that he lives in. But to me and to everybody around here, the way he has attacked the work and continues to compete every Saturday, I couldn't be more proud of him.
David?
I know you only went through one of these with Dick Tomey as head coach. But what do you remember about that week, how he expressed the importance of it to new coaches like you coming in, about how you wanted you guys to kind of relate to the players and get them to understand the importance of it that week, getting one thing ready to face it?
Well, I think the fun part of it, as it is for our staff, we have multiple guys that have played in this game on staff, right? Chuck Cecil, Brandon, there's Ricky, there's Bobby, So we have people that know exactly what this is and can explain to the guys that are newer, that haven't been a part of it, what this thing is all about. And I think that's a really important part of it. I think you're going to have more of that in college football now because the rosters are overturning, such a big percentage of rosters are overturning. So every year you're going to have new people, a bigger percentage of new people on your football team than maybe what teams have been used to in the past. But Coach Tomey was brilliant at always bringing teams together. I mean, he was, and I know he had an incredible track record in this game over his time as a head coach, and then there's guys like, Dino Babers and Dwayne Aquina that coached in this game for a bunch of years and know exactly what it is, Dwayne being the one that was here for the longest. So I feel like we have great people to talk about what this rivalry means and to help our players that haven't been here or that are new, help them feel and understand exactly what it means to play ASU.
Justin?
So 2 related questions. What is your relationship like with Marcus Arroyo? How do you reflect on your time with him?
Oh shoot, Marcus is my brother. I was in his wedding. We've known each other for 20 years. Coached together for a long time. We've been people that we've leaned on each other over the years when we were going through tough times. I love Marcus Arroyo, and he's a great football coach.
And what are some things that maybe you've learned from him over the years, and what kind of coach is he?
He's an extremely detailed football coach. He's a incredible hard worker. He's funny, when we were coaching for Coach Tomey was the kind of guy that he never wanted to put anything new in as you got closer to the game, right? So that you didn't practice or whatever. But Thursday night, sometimes Marcus and I would be drawing up a whole bunch of new stuff, and then we'd have to go try and present it to Coach Tomey and see if he would let us run it, which he almost never did. We had a great time working together. Our families are close. We've spent time together in the off season. Like I said, I love him.
Jenna in the back.
2 questions. One, what has it been like just coaching T-Mac this year and watching him break that record on Saturday and seeing him share that moment with Bobby too?
It's been awesome. I think the thing that's really special about him is all the stuff that you're talking about, Michael. The should he play or not play or all that stuff. It's not going the way we wanted, right? The thing that's special about him is he makes that choice every day to show up and to show up with great energy and great practice habits. And I think that part of it makes him unique. He makes what many people I think would consider an unpopular choice or whatever. But the guy's a competitor. He wants to play. And with him, it doesn't matter what the game is, right? If someone's like, yeah, we're going to play pickup hoops, on a Friday at 9 p.m., he's like, where? I'll meet you there. So I think I just love that part about him. It's been great to see I think his relationship with Bobby Wade is really special. I think Bobby's done a great job of coaching him and working with him and continuing to fine tune his game, which I think is really, really important for, the dreams that T-Mac is chasing. And like I said earlier, he's just been an awesome part of this football program, and we're really, really appreciative of all he's done.
And what do you make of what Kenny Dillingham's been able to do at ASU and just the season that they're having?
I think they've done a great job. You know what I mean? I respect it. I think when I look at that, I think they did a great job evaluating and hitting in the transfer portal, and then they've done a good job of building culture. And you can see the kind of confidence their team is playing with right now.
Brian? A couple of personnel things. Do you expect Jonah Savane to be able to play in this game? And if not, what would the plan be for that spot?
I'm not sure if he'll be able to play, but if not, it would be, probably Michael Wooten. I think that would be our best shot there. So we'll see though. Like he was moving around good today, so I'll know more next time I talk to you guys.
And the ejection for Emmanuel at the end of the game, is there any additional punishment that comes from that, either from football itself or from the team?
Yeah, so Manny's not going to play this weekend, and so just the reasons that you guys saw, and we've had that discussion, and I expect him to handle it great. He's going to bust his tail in practice. He's going to be on the scout team. He's going to be a great teammate, and I'm excited about how he's going to handle this.
Michael?
The blocking on the perimeter has been very suspect. This season, you guys threw a bunch of bubble screens of this last game.
Yep.
To get the ball out faster. You didn't really produce the yardage that you probably
You're right. Yep.
So what can be done to improve in that area?
Yeah, we gotta
Whether that's this week or in the offseason?
No, yeah, we got to put some of that, in the practice environment. We got to find ways to create opportunities where we're having to block, people that are as talented. And I thought TCU did a really good job defending that stuff. I thought they were really active on the perimeter. I thought they had a good plan how to defend it. And I think that's one of those things that what you're asking people to do out there is not an easy thing. Like, you're a tight end and you're blocking a corner, so you're kind of going against someone who's probably a better athlete than you, and so just trying to get enough reps in the practice environment where guys can get comfortable and really just get in the way, because those blocks out there don't have to be knockout blocks. They just have to be get in the way and almost like a moving screen in basketball, just to create a little bit of air. And we were not able to do that on Saturday, so we got some work to do this week, if that's going to be part of the plan.
You cheer?
Will you play up the role of spoiler, like with what ASU has on the line? You mentioned that. Can you even play up that angle?
Not really. No, I think it's more about just the fact that we're playing ASU and just what this game means to everybody here, what this game means to everybody in the state, and just what a big game this is in college football.
Jason Park?
Your counterpart made some interesting comments that he thought his players were underpaid at ASU. Do you have any thoughts on your players and how they're being paid and what Desiree, because you want to be able to coach top players, right?
Right.
What Desiree's trying to do with NIL.
No, I think Desiree's been really aggressive in that space, and I'm excited about our plan going forward. I think that's one of the challenges we have in college football right now, is that what is that going to be school to school, right? Is it going to continue to be a situation where the rich get richer, or is there going to be a way where we can find some sort of level playing field that makes the games competitive, right? Like that's why the NFL is the most popular sport in America. It's forced parity by everything from draft order, schedule order, tampering rules, salary cap, like all those things do everything they can to protect the game of football. And I think we're getting there, but I don't think it's clean yet. You know what I mean? And I agree with Kenny, right? The rules are what they are. Let's pay the kids. Let's take great care of them. Let's do everything we can to keep the best players at the University of Arizona. Like, let's find every way possible to do that.
Michael?
I have a two-part hunting question for you. if that's
You guys got
allowed.
all the double questions today. I got 10 questions. Okay, go ahead.
So there was a running into the kicker. They didn't show a replay of it on the broadcast. You seemed pretty upset about it. What did you see on that play?
To me, it looked like roughing.
And do you think that affected him the rest of the game? Because he did not hit the ball like he's been hitting the ball.
Yeah, maybe, and we're all excited about Michael, right? He's a true freshman. He's been our holder, and just because he's a punter or your holder, he's still a freshman. It's just like playing any other freshman. There's going to be some moments out there where it is challenging and where it is hard. And I think to his credit, he has performed at a high level, most of the season. And so, he hit some kicks on Saturday, but the way he works, how much he cares, he's an awesome young man. Like he's going to be a big time football player for us. And so I'm confident that he'll bust his tail this week and get right what he needs to get right, and we'll move forward on Saturday.
Well, Justin and David and Jason.
So with early signing period approaching, recruits maybe looking at other schools, maybe decommitting, how are you handling just kind of the shuffle of things happening right now? What's maybe your message to recruits that are kind of questioning the program right now?
Well, first and foremost, we are recruiting our tails off every day. There is not a day that goes by that we're not actively on the phone, FaceTime, text, staying in contact with those guys every way we can. I think recruiting is about people, and I think recruits oftentimes choose people. Now, we are in a world where those things are becoming, you can get outbid, right? And that's a reality of the new world that we're talking about. That's what Kenny's talking about. That's the challenge that I think every program in America is facing, is how does that come down to it, right? Because every school is going to have a certain amount of resources to spend on their team, right? And there's a fine line between acquisition and retention, right? So acquiring new talent and then retaining the good players in your program. So it's a real delicate dance that everybody's trying to figure out right now. But I'm optimistic about the future here. And really, for starters, number one, what choice do you have, right? But also, I believe in our coaches. I believe in the University of Arizona. This is an awesome place to go to school. It's an awesome place to play college football. So us doing a good job as a staff, making sure that those relationships with the recruits and their families are strong, and then also giving them hope for the future and what we're building here with them. And a lot of these players that we're recruiting are going to be the foundation of what we're building here.
David and then Jason.
Just to follow on Michael's question about the edge passes, and you mentioned that they defended those pretty well, and in a lot of those instances, they had you outnumbered. I think the first one maybe was 2 to block 3, and some of the other instances, it was 1 to block 2. Is that easily identifiable pre-snap to know that you're not going to have the advantage there, and maybe he can check out of that to something else?
Yes, and sometimes what happens is that 2 to block 3, sometimes the third player is a high player and we're going to run off him. It's the same way when you run the inside zone, right? You're not blocking all 6, right? Sometimes you're just blocking 5 and you're running off the other. And so, in those plays, what you're trying to do is get the ball in space with the ball carrier who you want to get the ball in his hands, and you're just trying to create some air for him. And I don't look at those plays as home runs. Every now and then you get that, and that's a great thing. But really what you're trying to do is you're trying to complement the run game, right? So you're trying to think if those things can be efficient, so 4 or better, good play.
And with Chris Hunter's catch in the end zone, did you see him as an athletic receiver? I mean, what he had to do to get his foot down there was pretty...
It was an incredible play by him, wasn't it? Yeah, it's really exciting to see just his development. Again, I think Coach Wade's doing an awesome job with him, and just seeing his development, and then you see the confidence with Noah growing also. And we're all excited about him. It's pretty cool.
Last question to Jason Shear.
Just a quick question. You mentioned senior day earlier. In terms of your philosophy, would you have like T-Mac be honored with the assumption that he's probably going to the NFL, or just how do you kind of?
We haven't done that. That conversation has been kicked around. I think if we're going to do that, that starts getting really messy. And so, I think we're going to continue to find ways to honor T-Mac or, those great players that are draft eligible and leave early. But this is also about the guys that have been here 4 and 5 years and have graduated from the U of A and have been, great contributors to the program.
All right, that's it.